education shut down. Got a feeling sitting in the White House. This is America's America. That's why there's no justice when you get gunned down. When you get gunned down.
It's time for Baht Of Zion's Shop Drop. I wonder how I'm going to come in it today. I don't know. But whatever I do, it's going to be according to the Tanakh.
Yahweh, convicted people struggle to find work while powerful figures.
Shalom, family. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started, okay? As you can tell by my screen, we're actually going to speak on a topic that is extremely sensitive, and I do pray that you all keep in mind that this act, this unjust act, can very well happen to your grandmother or your grandfather. What is it when an arrest goes too far? An arrest may look like someone being tripped, may look like someone being on the ground and a police officer having their knees in their back, someone having their arms twisted all the way up past their head while their arms are behind them, someone laying on the ground and a police officer kicks them in their jaw. Those are examples of what it looks like and sounds like when an arrest has gone too far. But have we ever stopped to look at the arrest of a 71-year-old person who was slammed so hard that they wet their clothes, which had to have been and is a very traumatic and embarrassing situation to go through? This act, which we're going to see from law enforcement, depicted in this case specifically, reveals a severe failure of restraint, due process, and ultimately human decency. When using physical force to slam a 71-year-old grandmother to the floor, causing severe injury, trauma, and humiliation, it stands as a direct violation of basic justice and protection. Furthermore, arresting individuals without examining available security surveillance at Walmart or taking testimonies to identify the actual instigator demonstrates negligence and rush to judgment. Our first Torah precept for this matter is going to be Leviticus 19, verse 32. You shall rise up before the elderly and honor the presence of the old, and you shall fear your Elohim. I am Yahweh. Our wisdom precept is going to be Proverbs chapter 18, verse 13. To answer a man before hearing him out is foolish and disgraceful. Now, both of those precepts do tie in to today's content. Without further ado, let's go ahead and review the clip.
For one thing, a phone card. Now the 71-year-old grandma is seeking legal action against Bainbridge Public Safety and Walmart after an argument that wasn't even hers left her on the ground. WALB News 10's Taylor Lewis takes us through what happened.
It's a trip 71-year-old Patricia Tarver has made countless times. Stop by Walmart to get a phone card and head home. But on August 18th, that routine trip took a turn. According to a Bainbridge public safety incident report, Tarver and her daughter Amita Spear were both cited for disorderly conduct. Tarver tells me it started when another shopper threatened her. She said she told the woman she wanted no part of it. That's when Spear was called to come to Walmart to check on her mother. Tarver says when her daughter got there, the argument continued. Police responded, and Tarver says she walked away, believing she was no longer a part of the situation.
I have seen stuff like that before, but I never thought it happened to me.
Tarver says an officer grabbed her as she reached for her purse and threw her to the ground. Spear, still in handcuffs a few feet away, never saw it happen. She only heard it.
It's like,
Okay, family, I'm about to go ahead and stop it right here. Now, as you just witnessed on the screen, a Georgia police officer had the young woman's hands behind her back. Her purse strap was definitely dropping off her shoulder, and we did witness her trying to adjust her purse strap, okay? The police officer threw her on the ground. The main problem I have is that this officer rushed in to make a judgment against this elderly woman, okay? Now, with him doing that, he definitely fit into the Proverbs 18 verse 13 to answer a man before hearing him out is foolish and disgraceful. This officer did not cordially speak to this grandmother to find out what the issue was after Walmart called him there. Okay? He didn't do none of that. All right? Now, the second issue would definitely be how he physically assaulted her in Walmart. Okay? There is no reason into why he should have used any type of brute physical force with the elderly woman. I'm pretty sure if it was his grandmother or his mother and another police officer used that same force towards her or maybe his own father, he would want to seek justice as well. He would have so many comments rallying and supporting the fact that that should have never transpired towards his grandparent or his mother. So the fact that this officer is absent-minded, going through some type of spiritual attack on himself, shows that he doesn't even have the common decency, the literal capacity, the badge that he so-called is holding up in honor of to actually take the proper steps and channel to complete his job as an investigator. He does not know how to do that. Okay? Now, what he does know how to do is be extremely rough, brutal, and uncaring to the elderly. As I stated in Leviticus 19, verse 32, you shall rise up before the elderly and honor the presence of the old. He violated that Torah principle hands down, okay? He saw an elderly woman and he proceeded to attack her. Okay, he did not have no regards. Well, this is my elder. Maybe I need to listen to her. He didn't do none of that whatsoever. Okay, but we're going to go ahead and get into more of this content.
a scream that was so scary that everybody was running out of Walmart like they were shooting or something, but it was my mom screaming because my mom was on the ground.
Tarver says the encounter left her with more than bruises.
He slammed me so hard on that floor, I wet my clothes, I did. It was so embarrassing.
According to Tarver and Spear, after being taken to jail, neither was fingerprinted, had a mugshot taken, or were required to post bond. Both were released.
Now I'm going to stop it right there. So that shows that that police officer did not even have any concrete hard evidence to have those two women inside of a squad car. Because, sir, what is the point of you arresting them inside of a store just to get them to the police station, not do a mugshot, not do any fingerprints, just to release them without having to go through the proper court channels to post a bail? That shows that you were incorrect. You already know that you were in error when you did what you did. You had your mind set on, oh, it's African American suspects, so I'm going to go ahead and apprehend or shoot one of them. Okay? That's what you had in your mindset. And I wouldn't put it past the way that this government's president is if he did not sign all of the KKK, the neo-Nazi members into these type of programs to become police officers so that they could take out their vengeance against melanated people to wipe us off the face of the earth by any means necessary, because they will still get off and get away with it. The fact that this elderly woman used the bathroom on herself is a huge problem. If somebody is being tormented, tortured, slammed like this, and they use the bathroom on themselves, that means they no longer had control of their bowels. That means that this elderly woman was extremely in fear. That means that you, sir, did something disgrading, abhorrent, disrespectful to her to allow her to lose control of those bodily organ functions, okay? And I'm pretty sure her bowels may have already been weak due to her age, okay? And that is a problem, sir. That's a problem, Georgia. That's a problem, Chief Department. That's a problem, anyone who signs you up and give you a badge or a gun. That is a problem. What happened to the old times where y'all actually sat there and went inside of these retail stores and reviewed camera footage versus taking word of mouth from somebody, or versus you listening to an argument, earshot, and making your own decision without proof? What happened to that? You police officers have gotten so daggone lazy. Y'all have gotten so disrespectful. Y'all have ayin hara, evil-eyed our people from the beginning of getting your orange-faced president inside of the White House. Y'all have had a reason to show your racistness. America is not unified. America is very much divided. It is because of pigs like you.
Tarver's other daughter, Stephanie Ware, who is a nurse, says she took her mother to the emergency room.
And she's having to go have MRIs. She's going to see a shrink for counseling because it's really...
And told to her daughter, taking her to the ER, okay? Now, the MRI, we know that has something to do with the brain, the neurological system, okay? The neurons up here to help you think and stuff. The same ones that officer is missing. Whenever he sat there and slammed the elderly woman's head on the ground, are y'all trained to do that? Are y'all trained to do that to our people? To have us lose consciousness or die? And then act like, oh, they were being disruptive, or, oh, they were resisting arrest, so we had to use this force in order for you to get off of charges? An MRI is very much a serious thing, especially to this 71-year-old woman. She probably could have a blood hemorrhage bleeding from her brain, something that you don't see. Because you so happy-go-lucky, gun-happy to take her and her daughter downtown and actually have no charges filed because you have a racist heart. But I'm going to allow her daughter to finish.
Her. She's taking all kind of antidepressants. It's just horrifying. Like we were saying earlier,
look at him.
I don't like to talk about it. I definitely can't look at the video because you just bring back memories of that night.
I spoke with Bainbridge.
Got his knees on her back.
And asked where the case stands.
We were contacted by a relative that was concerned about what happened.
And that's another thing, Redo, Walton, whatever your name is, Chief, okay? Shouldn't no family member have to contact you to get some type of answers in regards to something that you should already be made aware of in your police department, okay? The way that officer was acting, I'm pretty sure this is not the first encounter where he has done something or had a police report filed against him within your jurisdiction, sir. You should already be made aware of this. Walmart is a global retail store. That means whatever goes on in Walmart is definitely on social media. Whatever goes on in Walmart, somebody done made a TikTok video about it. Whatever goes on in Walmart, you definitely, sir, would be made aware, especially if your police department had to show up there for a so-called altercation. Okay? You sure should have been the first one to make the hand out as far as calling the family member to come to some type of agreement and help get them the ball rolling on filing those charges against your daggone subordinate. That's a shame. And it's a sad look on you for even hiring corrupt cops like this.
I told her to initiate a complaint, and from there, that would start the internal investigation process.
WAOB also reached out to Walmart. In a statement, the company's press office said,
y'all know Walmart ain't got nothing to say to y'all.
And customers is top priority.
No, it ain't.
For any further
Walmart, if your customers and your employees are the top priority, as you like to state on this little incident report or whatnot, if that is the case, then who made the call to the police department? Huh? If that is the case, did you follow her around with those shoplifters over that card? Huh? If that is the case, did you watch the daggone surveillance cameras to actually find out what women was causing the conflict? Especially when the elderly woman says she walked away from the irate individual who was trying to continually draw her into a confrontational debate. Okay? Did you view that before you allowed any one of your daggone associates to call the police? Before maybe your management team called the police? The daggone shoplifting people who walk around and surveil every daggone melanated person that come inside your store, did they step over there and try to defuse the situation? So Walmart, no, I do not believe that y'all love and care for your associates, to include the shoppers who come and spend their hard-earned money inside of your tired behind stores, still owned and operated and contributing towards Trump's funds.
questions to law enforcement. The chief tells me this matter will be thoroughly investigated. But as for Patricia Tarver, she shared that she is now left permanently scarred. Taylor Lewis, WAOB, your hometown news source.
All right, thank you, Taylor. And Bainbridge Public Safety says the internal investigation is ongoing and that body camera footage will be available through an open records request once it concludes. WALB News 10 will continue following.
Good. And whenever that daggone body cam footage does come available to Miss Patricia, please, ma'am, have that stuff uploaded, okay, to social media, so that way people can actually get a hold of that information and get it spread out so it can gain national attention and national track, okay? That way at least your story, ma'am, can get out here and get told to the proper people who it needs to reach, okay? So that everybody can see the injustice that was very much done against you. So this daggone Georgia, Bainbridge, Bainfield, whatever, police department can be held accordingly towards their conduct that they display towards the public, who is the same public they're supposed to be protecting and serving. But other than that, we know they ain't doing none of that, ma'am. We know that. And it's sad because of the simple fact how you stated that this is something that you witnessed as far as this racism and this brutality when you were younger and you never thought it would come to your doorstep face to face to you. It is sad that you did have to go through that, ma'am. It is very much sad. But I'm going to tell you, Miss Patricia, as well as other melanated people, okay? Other people who are not even melanated as well, who still have a kind heart within them. I'm going to let you know, Baht of Zion, to viewers, you need to give these Europeans back their God. Okay, you need to give them back their God. The moment that you accept their pagan deity as your own God is the moment that you made a covenant with them and you allowed them to brutalize and beat you to death. Not just wound you, but beat you to death. Because your duty of all humanity is to serve the Creator and the Creator alone. And His name is Yahweh. Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh. Okay? Yah Zedekenu. Okay, Yah is your salvation. He is the only one, the only way to get you out of the stuff that you are experiencing right now, which is very much racism, segregation, and ultimately it would be death. Okay, it would be death, and I'm sad to say it like that. But if you do not change your ways and come back to your Torah, things like this will continue to happen. You have to throw this man of wood away. You have to throw him away. If you worship a stone, you have to throw it away. Okay? But that's all I got for Baht of Zion's shot drop. Shalom, Barakah.
Retain authority. Racism against Israel persists. The Tanakh recognizes unjust judgment. Yahweh ultimately will judge every nation.